This story out of the UK is just so disgusting. Now, you remember some months ago, we talked about white supremacists said that they wanted to weaponize the coronavirus and give it to black people. You remember they were saying that? Well, we have this story coming out of the UK, and they have a sister that she was 47 years old. Her name was Bella Mujinga. Okay. Now, she was spat at and coughed at on the concourse of London's Victoria Station in March by a man claiming to have contracted the coronavirus. She died 2 weeks later of coronavirus. In a case that's united political leaders in disgust. And it comes after a series of reports of key workers across the country are increasingly being spat at and coughed at by members of the public during the pandemic. The white supremacists said they was going to do that, and now they're doing that. So what's going on with the UK government? You're not out here calling that terrorism? Because at least in America, they say if they catch you doing that, they're going to charge you with terrorism. Now, Mujinga's employer, Govia Thameslink Railway, confirmed he had passed a video of the incident to the British Transport Police. So detectives have the CCTV video, and they say they have footage of a potential suspect. They say the police want to find in relation to the threatening and spitting at the rail worker who later died of coronavirus. They say it is understood. Now they're saying that they fear that some of the video could have been wiped or not recorded because GTR failed to report the attack at the time, but a police investigation that only began this week has managed to recover at least one image of the suspect on the cameras. Now, I say a witness, they say, who do not want to be named, said the man who spat at Mujinga and another worker who fell ill was around 50 years old, and they say he was smartly dressed. They said that the gentleman looked like a lawyer or something. He said he asked us while we were in the ticket office. He said, you know, I have the virus. Then he spat and started coughing. He said, we told our managers to call the police. He said, I don't know if they did. OK, so this is some straight just trying to give people, you know, this coronavirus trying to harm people. They warned about this. They warned. Of course, they say this sister was dealing with underlying issues with respiratory. They still trying to do the investigation with the guy. People are very upset. The union is upset. They say because their workers not being protected. They said last week there was a man in Glasgow that was charged with spitting in the face of a police officer and declared he had the coronavirus. OK, so over the weekend, Northamptonshire police said that in just one evening, officers had been attacked, spat at, and had urine thrown over them. Last month, an officer from the force had to self-isolate after being spat at. They said police in Scotland have recorded more than 100 incidents against police officers since the lockdown, including cases where officers were spat at and coughed on. So they're just doing this all over the place in the UK. Y'all need to be careful with these people out here talking about spitting on people and coughing on people, trying to spread the coronavirus. My God, man. It just, some people are just sick. And I hate this sister lost her life, man, behind some devil. But that's exactly what he was. He was a devil. You gonna walk up to people, tell them you got the coronavirus, spit on them, and start coughing. I'm telling y'all, man, I'm telling you, we really, as black folks, need to practice some major social distancing. And the best social distancing we could practice is being on the continent. And say, look, when we get to the continent, hey, just lock it back down. Don't let them in here. I say we don't need them coming over here coughing on people. I think black folks should really practice some social distancing for a couple of thousand of years. I really do. Because this relationship is not working. I mean, that's so nasty. That's so nasty. So basically, you're out here trying to murder other people because you got this coronavirus, which is sick. But leave me a comment, guys. Let me know what you think. If any of you live in the UK, please be careful who watch the show, because these people, you know, going around here doing that, and like they're doing it to the cops too. So, hey, you know, they don't really care.